Alright, all. Just gonna go over some bad beats on PokerStars lately, and maybe some tells on some players. Just some, I guess, general tips, but mostly bad beats. Let me see if I can find it. I was just wanted to, get warmed up here, play some small, just a small game. Just get warmed up. The first bad beat I had of the day was here. Under the gun, ace-2 suited. Not bad. Just raise. Get one. I get small blind called. Flop 7-2-3. So I got a flush draw. Low pair. This guy called small blind. He could very well have something in this area. Let's see what happens. 10-cent pot. He bets 4 cents. I raised to 20. I got a lot of outs, a lot of draws. He calls. So him calling on this flop is kind of odd. So he has a draw maybe. I highly doubt he has something betting 4 cents in a 10-cent pot. Or with this raise here, he'd probably re-raise me if he had something strong. So I get my flush. He bets 2 cents into a 50-cent pot, which is extremely weak. That is just extremely weak. So I got my flush, and I bet 52 cents. I bet the pot. He goes all in. So now I'm very confused. 2 cent into a 50-cent pot. I raise the pot, and he goes all in. Could be a defensive bet. Lots of players do this to try and scare you. I got the nut flush, unless he has a straight flush, a 4 and a 6 of hearts, which he could have. Very unlikely though. If he has a straight, he's beat. If he has trips, he's beat. He's pretty much beat in any situation I could think of. So I call. And he turns over trips. I have him dominated. The only way he's going to win is if the board pairs 7-2 or 3. There's no other way. And he hits his 2. And he takes it away. Which was very crappy. But if you go to the your sorry, that was one of the other hands I had. I was looking at my pot odds after the hand. So if we enter his hand here, 5 of diamonds, 5 of clubs, 5 of diamonds, 5 of clubs. And I had ace of hearts, 2 of hearts, flop comes 7, deuce, 3. So I was ahead. Pretty much a coin flip. But I'm ahead here, and he has a pair already, but I'm ahead. So me betting into this is very nice. 5 of hearts comes, I'm up 80%, and he bets 2 cent into a 50-cent pot, and I re-raised, and he's not getting odds here. I bet the pot. He is not getting odds. He should fold here. If I have a flush, he's beat, and that's the point. But he calls me with a 20% chance of winning. 1 every 5 times his hand's going to win. Which I would never want to be on that end of the deal. If I said you have a 1 in 5 chance of living, you probably wouldn't want to bet anything on that. But so the 2 diamonds comes or whatever, and he freaking wins. It's absolutely ridiculous. The next hand was on the same table not too long ago. Another ridiculous hand. I got aces in the big blind. Very rare, but very highly likable. So I bet 4 times the big blind, 8 cents. I'm trying to scare people away. I really don't. I honestly don't want to play these aces. I'm gonna get 2 calls, which is always bad with 3 people in the hand. Queen, queen, 5. With this type of flop, someone having a queen is very rare. It doesn't happen often. So I bet 10 cents. Basically half the pot, somewhere around there. He calls, which is probably a typical play in most scenarios. 2 comes on, probably not going to help anyone unless he has trips. I check, he checks, which was very, very weird. So I know he didn't have a queen. That's what my hunch was. Then he bet 16 cent into a 54-cent pot, or a 44-cent pot, which isn't that strong. So I'm just assuming. I mean, if he had a queen, he might as well just go all in. He only has 36 cents, which pretty much would have been the pot, somewhere around there. So I think he has a king, maybe ace king or king queen. So I just call him 16 cents, and he reveals his queen 9, and absolutely ridiculous. I mean, if we go back to pre-flop and I raise 4 times the big blind and he called with queen 9 off, you are incredibly behind against aces. Incredibly behind. It doesn't matter. Queen 9. I mean, totally behind. Less than 1 in 5 chance of winning this thing. Less than, it's ridiculous to pop 2 queens and a 5 and to pretty much straight out win the thing. It's unheard of. So I had my money in the right place, but I didn't win. And this, it happens to me. Always happens to me. I get my money in mathematically correct, and I always lose. Here's another example. Small blind, big blind, under the gun limped. So I'm not really concerned about that guy limping. So I raised minimum, just playing low ball. I got a deep stack, 3,000. Get a call. Fold call. Jack ace 10. So I paired my trips. Only thing I'm worrying about is a straight right now with a king and queen. So I wanted to test the water. 150 pot. I throw in 100. I'm thinking if someone has a straight, they'll raise me. He calls, so I'm thinking he's on a draw of some sort, or he has a jack, or he has a 10. He doesn't have an ace, I wouldn't think. He calls. Jack comes, so I made my full house. If he had a straight, he'd be destroyed right now. Only thing that's really beating me now is 2 aces, but I would think someone would raise with 2 aces. 2 jacks, I think someone would raise, maybe. Jack 10 is possible, but not really, because there's 3 showing. So my hunch is he's on a straight. So I bet the pot 400. He re-raises, so I'm assuming he has a straight now. Or trip jacks. He could have trip jacks. But I have him dominated because I have the full house. He'd have to have the board pair an ace, or his kicker if he has 3 jacks, which would be extremely rare. So I put them all in. My money is in the pot when the odds are highly in my favor. And he calls, so I'm looking for a straight or a trip jacks. So he has to hit his 5 to win it, or an ace, and he hits a 5, and he wins, which is absolutely ridiculous. We throw this into the calculator here. Jack of clubs, 5 of clubs, 10 of diamonds, 10 of clubs. And so I'm winning 68% of the time, more than half of the time. And Jack of hearts, ace of spades, and 10 of hearts. So 96% of the time I'm winning this. 1.62% chance of winning. He needs runner to win this. Runner. 96% chance of winning. This is, that's unheard of. I win. I put all my money in the pot. I'm winning. There's no way he's going to win this. This is on the flop, guys. On the flop. The jack didn't even come yet. So the jack comes, which was a jack of diamonds. 84%. 84% still fine in my book. I'll put my money on that any day. And so he needed to hit runner. He got one of his cards, and 15% chance. I never go all in with a 15% chance.